What is a firewall? Firewall is just like a firewall which were used in earlier times. If you go to history, you'll find that just outside the castle there is a point, or there is a depth at which you lit up the fire. This will inhibit, or this will stop the enemy to come, or they may not come inside because of this firewall. So this firewall is exactly doing the same kind of activity in our computer science and networking field. So you have an internet. Internet is full of good people and also the bad people. But firewall would stop these bad things most of the time to actually come inside, and then you can use it in your home. So firewall, you have a public or a private network. Inside this, you have a firewall. The firewall can be a software firewall, it can be a hardware firewall, and these firewall, they will be in between different scenarios. Like this, you have connection manager, if you have access manager, or you have some servers. So these servers are separated by firewall with the access manager, and they are separated by the actual clients with the firewall. So firewall is a network security system. It can be hardware, it can be software. So that uses the rule of controlling incoming and outgoing network traffic. So a firewall acts as a barrier between a trusted network and an untrusted network. Whichever is untrusted, it will be stopped. A firewall controls access to the resources of a network through a positive control model, which means that only traffic allowed onto the network is defined in the firewall policy. All others are denied. So a physical firewall is a wall made of brick, actually, steel and other inflammable material that prevent the spread of fire in a building. This is the physical firewall, which many areas and many government use. So in computing, the firewall serves as just the purpose which this does. The actual firewall, physical firewall. So it would act as a barrier between the trusted system and a network and the outside connections like the internet. But the computer firewall is more of a filter than a wall, allowing the trusted data to flow through it. Untrusted, stop. A firewall can be created using hardware or software. Many business and organizations, they protect their internal networking through the hardware firewalls. So a single or a double firewall may be used, as we just saw in the figure, to create a demilitarized zone, DMZ, which prevents untrusted data from ever reaching the LAN itself. And software firewalls are more common for individual users, and they can be custom configured via software interface. Both Windows and OS X, they include the built-in firewall, but more advanced firewall utilities can be installed with your internet security software. So firewall can be configured in several different ways. For example, a basic firewall may allow traffic from all IP addresses except those flagged as blacklisted. So a more secure firewall might only allow the traffic from systems which are whitelisted. Most firewalls use a combination of rules to filter traffic, like blocking known threats while allowing incoming traffic from the trusted sources. A firewall can also restrict outgoing traffic to prevent spam or hacking attempts. And the network administrator, they often custom configure hardware and software firewall. This is the work of network administrator. So while custom settings may be important for a company network, software firewall designed for consumers, they typically include basic default settings that are sufficient for most of the users. For example, in OS X, simply setting the firewall to on in the security and privacy system preference will prevent the unauthorized applications and services from accepting incoming connections. Some firewalls even learn over time dynamically to develop their own filtering rules. This is important. So this helps them become more adaptable or adaptive at blocking unwanted connections without any manual customization. So this was a basic idea about firewall. Thank you so much.